First of all, hello everyone. My name is Akash Karmakar. Today I am presenting a performance-driven dashboard called Apna Hisab, designed by me to evaluate income stability, expense efficiency, and savings growth. So this dashboard transforms personal finance into a business intelligence model. So reporting is structured monthly and yearly, allowing both short-term control and long-term strategic control. So our current financial position shows controlled expenses with stable income. So the key highlights is the positive savings at 22% and expenses savings rate as 2 to 3 major categories. So liquidity position remains strong, and however the spending spike reduce savings consistency. So the opportunity is, if we optimize the high impact categories, so savings can increase to 20 to 30% without increasing income. So strategic message is financial sustainability exists. Now we focus on the acceleration. So let's focus on the key financial KPIs. So the main, in the right side, I attached my a piece of dashboard from Apna Hisab. Here we clearly observe that the total income is all time. I said all time is 1.51 million, and the total expenses is 1.182 million. And here it is, the net saving is rupees 325.5k. So here is the calculation. After the calculation to the total income, total expenses, and the net savings, the savings rate is 22%, and average monthly spend is 78%. So if we consider the highest expense categories, this is the house rent. So the house rent is 112k. So it is a big number, and is called, if consider we in the perspective of the middle class family of an Indian man. So month over month expense growth is, see clearly, 0 to 3% controlled spending. If we control to 0 to 3%, so lifestyle inflation is a 4 to 6%, and high financial risk is 7% plus. So gap to target 30% points. This means we are currently capturing only 42% of our savings potential. So the income remains stable, but expenses slow the periodic spikes, reducing savings efficiently. So my business interpretation is, stability is strong, but efficiency needs improvement. Now we observe the income versus expenses overview. If we consider the insights, the income remains relatively stable across the periods. After this slide, I will show you that. So the expenses, so the periodic spikes, so increasing, not recurring or discriminatory costs. So the gap between income and expenses defines savings capacity. So every 1% reduction in expenses directly increases savings by 1%. So the demonstrate is to control exist, but optimization can within the savings gap significantly. This is the another piece of dashboard I have created. You can check out in the link in LinkedIn also, my profile. I give the link in the description below, so you check out there. So monthly expense and the trend analysis. So the insights, it's the pattern identified, the seasonal or event based spending. So baseline expenses remain consistent, so spikes disrupt savings flow, but the strategic action in implemented sinking funds, pre-allocated reserves, predictable high spends months. So impact, so if we consider this September 2018, so here it is the 83.33% is the expenses, what is the savings is 17%. So it is very poor in the savings. So so this is extremely very uh, poor situation in September 2018. So the business recommendation is to plan the high spend months using advanced budgeting. not only to the focusing on the expenses, not only focusing on the expenses and how to reduce expenses. So this is my so reduce financial stock and stability monthly savings performance. Now we observe the right side, the expense category breakdown. Here we see the total expenses by component. The highest expenses by component is house rent. Uh, I also told on the previous slide the house rent is 111K. So this is the very highest, very uh, large amount of money invested in the expenses. So next is groceries and EMIs, leisure and shopping and health. So these also consider optimization efforts should focus on the high impact categories first. So if we reduce top three categories by 10%, savings could increase by approximately 18 to 12% immediately. So this is leverage based financial management. Now we observe the savings performance. So the right side I have created a donut chart. You also, so in my LinkedIn profile I have a portfolio on that. You, the project section, go to the project section, on click on my GitHub, so you will show entirely, and also you will show in the LinkedIn post as well. So link in the description below. So we observe that the total savings by component, its saving trend is positive but inconsistent. So current saving rate is 22%. So target saving, our target saving is to be 52%. So proposed short term target is 42% at the first. A saving fluctuate in response to expense spike. If the business strategy automates savings allocation, pay savings fast. So outcomes would be stabilized growth, but predictable capital accumulation and improve the financial discipline as well. So here is the key focus. Our target saving rate is 52% and current saving rate is 22%. Now we consider the key financial risks or the risk assessment. So over dependence on a single income stream is very risky. So rising discrimination spending or the secondary source you have as well. So no defined caps in the high spend categories. If impact, so uncontrolled spending could reduce saving capacity by up to 15 to 25% annually. So financial stability is strong, but risk mitigation is required to protect the long term growth. So this is, well, if we reduce the expenses and in the growth in the savings, so we also create some strategic recommendation. This recommendation from my side, you also recommend from yourself by analyzing your expenses and savings as well. So this is a this I use the data set from Kaggle. I also given the data link in the LinkedIn post and the below description as well. You can see. So this is a public data set. This is not personal data, not my data. This is a public available data set. So no data security is up to the mark. So we see the strategy recommendation. So here is the transform strategy. So introduce the category spends limit. So focus on the top three expense. Yeah, also we observe that the highest expense is house rent, 112K, and the second is grocery, third is EMI. So this is the top three expense categories. To automate savings by allocation is pay savings first. So pay savings first to improve the consistency. So expense spike planning by create the results of the seasonal expenses. So which season the expense should be high. So September 2018 for the example. So monthly performance review track the KPIs again targets monthly. So our KPI target for the forward looking and down reduce the expenses and increase the savings. So the proposed target is clearly shown. The savings rate now is 22%, but our target is to get an equal to the 42%. We have upper limit to the 52%. Upper limit may you have chosen, but this is the 42% after the calculations. So expense growth less than 27%. And the discretionary spend in 12% of the income. So also consider the emergency fund is greater than equal to 7 months of expenses. So now the final assessment is the financial position is stable, strong savings foundation exists, optimization potential is significant, and the shift now is from stability, strategic growth. Final business message is to discipline expense management combined with automated saving strategy will significantly accelerate the long-term financial health. So this dashboard is not just a reporting, it is a decision making framework as well. Thank you.